Hello grade 9 students, this is version 3 of our short discussion on special right triangles. Let's start with the isosceles right triangle, or what we call the 45-45 90-degree triangles. So in an isosceles right triangle, theorem states that in a 45-45 90-degree triangle, both legs are congruent, of course, and the length of the hypotenuse is square root of 2 times the length of the leg. Okay, we have discussed that in version 1 and version 2. So if the sides, if the angles of a triangle are 90, 45, 45, that means an isosceles right triangle. It means that two sides are equal, the legs are equal, and the length of the hypotenuse is you just multiply one leg s by square root of 2. So for example, if s is 5, that means if the legs are 5, if the legs have a measure of 5 units, then the length of the hypotenuse is 5 square root of 2. And if given the hypotenuse of an isosceles right triangle, and you're asked to solve for the s, or the length of the legs, one of the legs, you just divide the hypotenuse by square root of 2. Diba? If you divide s square root of 2 by square root of 2, magiging s. Now, find the value of a and b in an isosceles right triangle. Why? Kasi 45 yun. That means 45 din yan. And that means the legs are equal. So if this is 7 cm, a is 7 cm, b is 7 square root of 2 centimeters. Yan. So from the pattern, we know that x is equal to 7, a is equal to x, and b is equal to x square root of 2. Now, okay, nasolve na natin, diba? I think this is the long method naman to. So, basta if it's an isosceles right triangle, the legs are equal, and the length of the hypotenuse is 1 leg times square root of 2. O, dito, what's the value of each variable? Halimbawa yung h. Of course, 45, 45, 90. This is 9 square root of 2. Dito naman, 45, 45, 90. If the leg, one of the legs, 2 square root of 2. Of course, the other leg is 2 square root of 2. What is the length of the hypotenuse? Just multiply 2 square root of 2 by square root of 2. So that means 2 to square root of 4, or 2 times 2, 4. So x is 4, h is 9 square root of 2. Dito naman, 45, 45, 90 degree triangle again. So the leg is, one of the legs is 5. X is, the hypotenuse is 5 square root of 2. Dito naman, if this is 12, that is a right triangle. Kasi 45 plus 45, 90. That means 90 degree yan. So to solve for a, yung sinasabi ko kanina, just divide this by square root of 2. So 12 divided by square root of 2. Rationalize 12 square root of 2 over 2. 6 square root of 2 is yung a. So, 6 square root of 2. Now, what is the length of the hypotenuse of 45, 45, 90 degree triangle with the leg length 5 square root of 3? Multiply mo lang ng square root of 2. So, 5 square root of 3 times square root of 2, 5 square root of 6. Yan, 5 square root of 6 yan. Ito naman, finding the length of the leg. Of course, you just divide 6 by square root of 2. 6 square root of 2 over 2, or 3 square root of 2. Okay. Ito naman, the length of the hypotenuse of a isosceles right triangle is 10. What is the length of one leg? 10 divided by square root of 2, 10 square root of 2 over 2, or 5 square root of 2. Yun lang, diba? Alam na natin yun. Now, let's proceed to another kind of special right triangle. It's called the 30-60-90 degree triangle. And the 30-60-90 degree triangle's theorem states that in a 30-60-90 degree triangle, the length of the hypotenuse is twice the length of the shorter leg. Okay, we all know that. The shorter leg is actually the opposite of 30 degree angle. So, this is s. The length of the hypotenuse is 2s. And the length of the longer leg is square root of 3 times the length of the shorter leg. So, shorter leg is s. Therefore, the length of the longer leg is s square root of 3. Okay, find the value of a and b. Okay, the angles are 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. So, pag 70 yan, opposite ng 30, that means B is, the hypotenuse B is 14 cm. And the length of A, the other leg, is 7 square root of 3 cm. Yan. So, 7 square root of 3 yung A, yung B naman is 14 cm. Twice 7. Yung A, square root of 3 times 7 yung A. Okay, so opposite of 30 is 8. What is R? The hypotenuse, 16. Ito naman, 8 square root of 3. O, yun. Opposite of 30 degrees X. Opposite of 60 degrees, 18. So, divide mo siya ng square root of 3. So, 18 by square root of 3, rationalize. 18 square root of 3 over 3, or 6 square root of 3 yung X. 6 square root of 3 yung X, ito naman, times 2, 12 square root of 3. Yun, 12 square root of 3 is the hypotenuse, 6 square root of 3 is X. Now, if this hypotenuse is 28, what is the length? The shorter leg, length of the shorter leg. Divide this by 2, 14. And the length of the longer leg is 14 square root of 3. Yun, diba? Easy lang. Now, the length of the longer leg opposite 60 degrees, 9 square root of 3, of course, this is 9, that is 18. Diba? Now, the length of the longer leg is 7 halves, square root of 3. That means the length of the shorter leg is 7 halves. And 7 halves times 2 is 7. 7 halves. 7 naman dyan. Now, using the length of one side, what is the value of B in the simplest radical form here? Ayun, 5 square root of 3 over 3. What is the value of F in simplest radical form? So, pag 5 square root of 3 over 3 yung D, times 2 mo siya, 10 square root of 3 over 3. That's the end of our short discussion on special right triangle. This is version 3. Goodbye.